Maddie, thank you. President Trump says he's invited the family of Sarah Beckstrom to the White House. She is the West Virginia National Guard member shot and killed in Washington, D.C. last week. A second National Guard member remains in critical condition from that shooting. CBS 42 Washington correspondent Vinay Simlat joins us now live from Washington with the very latest in this investigation. Vinay.
Yeah, Sherry, investigators say it's a 29-year-old Afghan who they believe is responsible for this murder. They say he entered the United States back in 2021, and now the Trump administration is turning its attention to immigration from Afghanistan.
The threat in our interior remains real and urgent.
The White House says the United States is under threat from asylum seekers and paused visas for people with Afghan passports after the shooting of two members of the West Virginia National Guard blocks away from the White House last Wednesday.
The Trump administration is now actively re-examining all of the Afghans imported into the country by Joe Biden.
The White House argues former President Joe Biden let Afghan refugees into the U.S. with little to no vetting after the U.S.'s chaotic exit from Afghanistan. The suspect, Ramanullah Lakanwal, worked with the CIA during the war in Afghanistan. He entered the U.S. in 2021. His asylum was approved under the Trump administration this year. Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton says freezing all Afghan asylum and immigration is not security, it's scapegoating.
That animal should not have been allowed to come into our country.
Both victims, Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom and Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, were part of the West Virginia National Guard. Governor Patrick Morrisey says he hopes Staff Sergeant Wolf recovers.
We were told that Andrew was asked if he could hear the nurse who asked the question to give a thumbs up, and he did respond. And we were told that he also wiggled his toes.
Suspect entered the U.S. through an operation called Operation Allies Welcomed from Afghanistan back in 2021. A nonprofit says he settled in Washington state. U.S. Attorney for District of Columbia Judge Janine Pirro says he will be facing first-degree murder charges among several other charges. Sherry?
His vetting process.
Yeah, experts and advocates say that Afghans went through years of vetting before making it here to the United States. This operation brought about 76,000 Afghans to the U.S. initially. And Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem says she believes he was actually radicalized here in the United States.
Vinay Simlat reporting. Vinay, thank you.